Here we observe a young, broke musician trying to tune his only source of income.
At the highest level, a tuner hears a pitch and displays how far the played pitch is from the desired pitch. This involves some dynamic process and black magic, but this video will just address the dynamic process. Tuners are an example of a dynamic process because they take an input, pass the input through a controller, that controller produces some output which is displayed on a scope and causes an action. In this case, the action is either to retune the instrument or to let it be.
Tuners need to overcome two challenges to be able to function: dealing with noise and handling overtones. For this video, we will be focusing mainly on the topic of noise, as it more directly relates to our concept of how tuners filter sound.
Many cheap tuners use microphones to listen to the notes being played, and those can detect sound coming from anywhere close to the tuner. To deal with that extra noise, tuners use the, wait for it, Fourier transform, TBT.
Assuming standard tuners use a fast Fourier transform, or FFT, a tuner's filtering device is doing this when it picks up a sound. This program introduces a note at 440 Hz, which is also known as concert A. Then the program artificially creates random noise by using the rand_n function. This noisy data is then passed into the FFT function, which processes it and outputs a noiseless set of data containing a spike at the played frequency.
Is the system continuous or discrete? The system is continuous because there are an infinite amount of frequencies that can be played within a string's physical limits. What are the inputs to the system? The system's only input is the note being played by the instrument. What are the outputs of the system? There are two outputs, the frequency being played and the distance between the played frequency and the desired frequency. Both of these are usually represented by an electronic dial.
What is being measured? The value being measured is the instrument's pitch as well as how far from the desired pitch the instrument is. What form of feedback is being used? A negative form of feedback is being used because there is an end goal of eventually converging onto the right note. In other words, the process is goal-oriented. What does the control law look like? The control law is based off of the fast Fourier transform algorithm, or FFT for short. What are the performance metrics being used? The quality of the pitch is the main performance metric being quantified. This quantity is measured by making a comparison between the desired frequency and the actual frequency being played. This comparison can specifically measure whether something is below the desired frequency, flat, or above the desired frequency, sharp.